Here we go. All right, what's up, everybody? Dotsaman Diecast. I'm here with Eddie Papandria, Simple Customs. I've been waiting to get him on here for a while because we all love Eddie and how great of a person he is in the community and just a great of a person overall. So, what's up, Eddie? How you doing today?
Not bad, Mark. Thanks for having me on. I really enjoy your content on your channel and on the podcast.
Thank you,
Very
man.
Interesting and exciting, my friend.
Yeah, thank you so much. It just, everybody in the diecast community kind of inspired me to do it because, everybody needs something to listen to while they're at work or, on their drive. They can't watch videos, so what better to have a channel for people just to listen and not watch.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I like it. I just when I'm in my truck and I go driving around, I listen to it. I enjoy it. It's something different. Not a lot of people do it. And I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's no other diecast channels. It's just there was one a while ago on like Spotify or something, and there's just like a toy channel, but no dedicated diecast channel. So figured we got to do something, do something about that.
Yeah, you got to be in their face.
Got to be in their face. Yes.
It takes a lot of work that you guys do. I highly appreciate everything that you guys do. A lot of editing and all that stuff. I'm computer illiterate, so I'm lucky I know how to use the phone.
Yeah, and honestly, man, like I used to be really like into computers and stuff, and then I kind of stopped. But I'm pretty good at stuff, but I'm no genius. But there's people out there to help, and that's for all you people that are computer illiterate. If you need help, just a text or phone call or email away. You got people like me and Mustang Hunter and Derek and everybody to help because I have no problem. I'm never going to turn somebody down to help them. So.
No, I understand it fully. Yeah. It takes a lot. It's a lot of work. I'm retired. I have the time to do it, but I got a lot of other stuff going on and gets crazy around my house once in a while between the dog and stuff like that. And my daughter's got the Pap's Craft out there.
Yeah.
And she's trying to start up her own little business, and I help her on her end,
Yeah, you are, for anybody who doesn't know Eddie, he is like the man of many talents, I think, I don't know if you said this or someone else said this, but it's like, the talented, like the man of like many talents, but like master of none. Was that you that said that?
I think it was
something
Hewitt's.
like that. Maybe it was Hewitt's. I don't know, but I think that you're like I'm the same way. I'm like good at a lot of things, but I'm like a master at none of them.
Yeah, me too.
But Hewitt's is a master at customs, so he won't admit that, but we all know he's a master at customs.
Oh, he makes some great cars, and he did that Jeep with the roll cage.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's crazy. A lot of it gets me in the hot world that people I understand where Derek's coming from with the treasure hunts and stuff like that. He likes to collect them. He likes to beat the scalpers and all that. My hat goes off to him. I'm not really if I'm out there. We have nothing down here. All our stores are empty. There's so many scalpers down here, and I had so many fights. Not fights, but arguments with scalpers in the store while I'm in there, and there's 12-year-old kids with their mothers, and they're single moms, and they're trying to buy something relatively cheap for their kids to play with,
Yeah.
And the kid sees a certain car on the pegs, and there's at that time there was the pegs were full, and some guy reaches, he's behind me, and he's yelling at me, "Get out of the way, I gotta get this set." And that Batman set that come out, that 5-car Batman set?
No, man, I didn't pay attention to that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, then I was looking at the cars, and the kid wanted a couple of the Batman cars. I said, I think Hewitt's, the one that Hewitt's picked up. He recently got it. But the kid was pointing to the cars. He wanted a couple of cars. The guy reached over my shoulder and
grabbed them.
Like there was 2 sets off the pegs, and I'm like, "Dude, hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "I got to get these sets," and I'm like, "No, you're not getting nothing.
Just take one, see if that."
Whatever. He can have a whole set. I don't mind. Yeah. But the kid let the 12-year-old kid pick something out that he wants.
Yeah.
I'm sure he ain't gonna get the whole set. He
No.
just wants the one car.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the whole set, everything off the pegs, and I gave it to the
Handed
I
it
gave
to the kid.
one whole set to the kid. I paid for the whole set for him.
Yeah.
But he didn't want the whole set, but I said I'll buy it for the kid.
Yeah.
And then the other set I kept, and the guy started, you could. I said, you're not getting nothing now because you're a scalper. You sell the cars. I don't like scalpers. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good for you, man.
I run into the kid. Some of them are sitting on the floor cutting open boxes, and they're making a mess out of the store. They got stuff all over the place, and there's a lot of kids running around.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
But
no doubt.
Yeah, it's a crazy world. And you get those red line cars come out in the early '68s, mid '60s, '68s, 274.
Yeah, Camaro was the first one, right?
And they're crazy money. I recently restored a bunch for a friend of mine, and they're $60, $70, $80 for all beat up cars. $35,
just
$40.
Destroyed cars, right?
Wow, it's crazy. It
is crazy.
I talked to Mike Zanuck. He's he writes the price guide for Hot Wheels. He's a Hot Wheel historian.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
And he's a good guy, and he tells me the prices of cars and stuff, and what they're worth, and what they should be paying for them. But the people out there, they're asking astronomical amounts of money for these cars.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's worth it. I don't think their cars are worth it. These are toy cars. I'm born in '61, so in 1968 I was 7 years old. My father bought me a whole bunch of Hot Wheels.
I thought you were like 30, Eddie. I thought you were like 30 years old.
61. I was born in '68. I was 7 years old back then.
Sorry to cut you off.
I've been at 7 years old, and my father bought me all those red line cars, and I used to line up the tracks on my stairs and run them out in the street, and the cars would run them over.
Yeah.
It was crazy, and
that's what they were for, though. They were for kids.
Yeah. I stopped collecting for a while, and then I got into like RC cars and making bodies for the RC cars, and the Revo and the Monogram 120, 118 scales and 124 scales. Remember them?
Yeah, I'm aware of them. I don't have any. I'm born in '84, so of course, I don't have the old stuff. You give me grief all the time. I got cars that are older than you, Mac.
But I got into that for a little while, and then as I got older, I was in my teens and stuff, and then girls come along, other cars come along. Now I'm in my late teens, early 20s, and partying up a storm and this and that, and then mid 80s I moved to Oahu in Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
I lived there for 4 years, and I had a little Italian restaurant over there, a little cafe in Kailua.
Oh, awesome.
It's about 30 minutes from Waikiki down the Pali Highway near Waimanalo and
nice.
Kaneohe.
And you said 4 years?
Obama lived down by there in Kailua,
Awesome.
And then I had a 10-table restaurant, Italian and French cuisine. I'm a chef by trade originally,
Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's why I bring people on here, because I've always learned so much about people. And that's really cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can do pastries, ice carve, French and Italian cuisine. And I had a 10-table restaurant, and it sat 40 people. And I fed Tom Selleck.
Oh, really?
For Magnum PI.
Yeah.
I fed Sonny Bono before he passed away.
Wow.
It's Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson,
he's a crazy dude, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smells like weed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can smell him coming down the block.
I almost had to throw him out of the restaurant because he stunk so much.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I was a young kid back then,
Yeah. How old were you then when you had the Italian restaurant?
That was 85, 86.
Okay, so I was a couple of years old. I was just learning how to walk.
It was crazy, And then it's really hard over there. It's expensive to live, and lose a lot of money. And my partner, he passed away, and so I had to run the place myself, and it was really hard, 24/7 job, And, I ended up selling the place to a lady from New York. Her name was Joy Ebinger, and she bought it. I stayed with her for 6 months, showing her the routine,
Mm-hmm.
And then I come back to Boston, and I got in 1988, 89. I got in the construction trade, and I was a laborer for Local 22 for 35 years.
Okay, yeah, I remember hearing you say that in one of your videos.
Yeah, I poured concrete, and I did all that stuff, and finally I retired. It'll be 4 years in June.
Nice. Now you got you got no free time now. You thought you would, but you don't.
Yeah,
That's how it works. But I see all your projects you got, man. You are the handyman of the century. You're like, everybody in the neighborhood. You probably build something for them right now.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm doing a couple of crosses for the lady.
Yeah, I saw that.
Those wood crosses. I got a few going out. I got some cabinets I got to make for some guys, and got a couple of garage cabinets, and I got a couple of 6-footers. I'm making one for Pete up in Old Man Diecast up there in North Carolina. I'm only about an hour and a half away, 2 hours from Pete.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you guys should get together one of these days on camera or something. Go hunt. Yeah, go hunting, customize together something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up in the springtime. I'm gonna take a ride up. I'll bring in the cabin, and I got another buddy of mine. He lives in North Carolina, and I send him a bunch of cars. He's an older gentleman, and he can't get around much. Mr. Burrell out there in North Carolina.
Okay.
And he's on oxygen and stuff. And I send him boxes of cars, and I send him. I got a box going out to him, to a kid that's in the hospital up there. And I'm gonna send him a bunch of cars.
Well, Eddie, that's awesome, man. I think we all know, and we can all see how big of a heart you got, and how passionate you are about diecast and helping people. So yeah, that's really cool. It's it's a inspiration for the rest of us to do stuff for other people. Because I can see you have a servant's heart, where you like to help people, serve people, and it's a good trait, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I try.
We all try, yeah, but you do it too. There's trying and there's doing.
You gotta help out the people in need. I do a lot of community service in my community, giving my time and buying stuff for the community and fixing benches and stuff like that around. And I take all that money out of my pocket. I don't ask for nothing, and I don't expect anything back. That's like with you guys. I started the YouTube channel to let everybody enjoy, to see what I'm doing over here. And, I'm not looking for anything, I don't expect anything, That's how I roll here at Simple Customs.
Yeah, but, I know you don't expect anything, but if you ever need anything, then let us know, whether it be, and, not just money. We're not talking about money. We're just talking about, support,
Yeah.
So, we got you.
You guys are right there and got my back, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I got a few questions for you here, bud. Basically, what got you started? What do you remember your first Hot Wheel, and what got you going? As a kid, I would imagine. I think you said.
Yeah, my first Hot Wheel. I think it was the Twin Mill. Way back. I remember it back when I was 7, 8 years old, and
yeah.
Like I said before, I got out of it for a while, and then I moved to South Carolina, and I happen to, I'm a big bass fisherman. I love bass fishing, and I have Lake Hotwell down here. They have the Bassmaster Classic. I got Lake Kiwi. I got Lake Murray. I got Lake Greenwood. There's a ton of lakes, probably the top 5 or 10 in the country, besides Florida and Okeechobee down there. And,
wow.
And it's just, I love it. I love fishing. I had a couple of boats. I sold them, and I moved down here, and I think I'm gonna go buy a bass tracker or something. But how I got started, I was scrolling through channels, and I used to watch a young kid, Andrew Flair, Outdoors. Used to watch his YouTube videos, and a few other people like Tackle Junkie 81.
There's a lot of big channels, millions of subscribers, right? For some of these fishing channels.
Yeah, great guys, yeah. And I talked to them, chat with them, and then I was scrolling through, and Hewitt's happened to pop on. 2018, maybe late 2018, early 2019, I ran into Hewitt's video.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching him. I'm like, dude, man, look at all the cars he's got. I gotta.
Yeah, he's a lot of cars, man.
Oh man, yeah. And I said to myself, I gotta see what's out there. So I scrolled through the internet and I found a couple of big lots that this guy was selling, and he wanted $350 for each lot. So I bought them both off him.
How many cars were in each lot?
Oh, there were a ton. There was a ton of cars. I gave so many away. I think I must have gave half of them away.
Yeah. Well, we know you, but how many? We're talking a couple thousand or a couple hundred or what? I mean, a couple thousand.
Right now, I'm probably at about. I get them in boxes. That's why I'm trying to get my garage straightened out and finished up, and get my spray booth back in. And
yeah,
I want to epoxy my floor, and I want to set up real nice, But I have my garage door open, and all the kids in the neighborhood, they come by, ride their bikes, and they look in my garage, and they see on the pegs all the cars,
Yeah, I saw that in your last video on YouTube. You're talking about the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they're funny. They call me Mr. Hot Wheels. And
Mr. Hot Wheels.
Oh, yeah, and they ring my doorbell. Funny story. Two of the kids, they moved out of the neighborhood, but they used to come by all the time, and they ring my doorbell at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays. So my wife used to answer the door and then call me, and I'd come out, and they wanted Hot Wheels. So I'd take them in the garage, and these kids are 10, 11, 12 years old. They're not stupid. They know more about cars than I do.
Yeah.
And they're not asking for the fantasy cars,
They don't want the zoom-ins.
They got Derek's taste, They want Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Mustangs, Corvettes, They want all the good stuff,
Yeah.
So here I'm handing out, I sell cars in the shop to some people. They come in and stuff. But I don't scalp them. They're on the internet for like $8, $12, some of these mainline cars. And I get some older cars and stuff. And they're hard to find cars, especially down here. And I sell them for $2.50, $3, $4 sometimes. It all depends,
Yeah.
Sometimes I travel. I used to do it when I first started, but I don't do it anymore. 3-4 hours out, like Derek.
Yeah. You do it when you can.
Gets crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught up in all that stuff. I get a few stores around me. I go probably once a week, once a month if I'm lucky. But that's how it is.
Yeah, but you could always reach out to like Derek or I or Mustang Hunter if you need something really bad. We'll find it for you or help you find it and send it to you too. So you know that though.
Yeah.
If you can't make it.
Yeah, I enjoy it, whatever I get and whatever I find. I'm blessed for what I have. A lot of people don't have half.
Yeah, they don't have, and a lot of people don't have anything. They don't have any toys or any Hot Wheels, and they want them. But here we are with thousands of Hot Wheels, and always wanting more. So sometimes I was saying in my last podcast, sometimes we just need to slow down and appreciate what we have, and stop wondering. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. Yeah. It's like no, just relax. You got enough.
I take it in stride, But getting back to that story, the kids, they used to come to my house all the time. So my wife grabs me in the kitchen one day and she says, personally, I don't like the kids coming to the house without their parents. You're in the garage with these two kids,
Right.
And then a couple more kids come. That looks kind of funny, because my wife's funny like that,
Well, it's the world we live in now, unfortunately. It didn't used to be like that, but it is now.
Yeah, but you can't, like my wife says, you can't trust what these kids go back and tell their parents,
Exactly. Yeah.
So, come to find out, we're at the pool one day. I got a big pool over by in our community, and we're in the water, and I see Jeff, a friend of mine out there, and he's like, Eddie, how you doing? He goes, I appreciate you giving the kids Hot Wheels, And I'm like, Jeff, really? How long I've known you? For a year and a half? I didn't know these kids were your kids, And my wife works with him. I never knew that.
Funny.
My wife works at the post office with Jeff.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
My wife flipped out. My wife goes, really, Jeff? You couldn't tell me? Because she was at work one day with him. And he said,
didn't say anything.
My kids go to your house and get Hot Wheels on Saturday and Sunday. My wife goes, those are your kids? I'm going to kill them, It's
Those are your kids?
Yeah, she didn't know either,
Yeah.
And she worked with Jeff for a while, but that's a funny story. It's crazy.
Yeah, I noticed you were saying that some of the kids in the neighborhood watch some of our channels. Were you saying something about that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a couple of the kids. They're watching. They subscribe to all your channels. All the guys.
That's awesome.
And yeah, the mothers. I tell the mother, here you want to learn about Hot Wheels, watch this guy, and you're gonna do this guy.
Yeah. No, I mean it's there's so many different aspects to different channels on what people bring to the table, and everybody brings something different. So it's nice to see everybody's videos are different, and they don't have to be some kind of major production. It's you got you and Hewitt's are just like shooting, just raw, But and I love that. You guys are some of my favorite channels, to be honest with you. I'm not out there watching. I don't watch a lot of big channels that have 100,000. Like one of the only bigger channels I watch that's huge is like Jakarta Diecast. He's got over 1 million, but I can tell he's a good dude. I haven't talked to him too much, exchanged some messages with him, but I can tell he always touches my messages. He always responds to anything that I write, and he seems like a chill dude. So yeah, I'd like to get him on one of the podcasts if I can.
Yeah, there's some great people out there. Peak Time, you get that guy Phil from Peak Time Racing. Mm-hmm. He's crazy. He's got a lot of energy, he brings a lot of excitement to the table.
Yeah, which is great.
And yeah, you got John Lamley out there, and he gives you a lot of information. And you got that other guy, DJK, Champion DJK. Mm-hmm. I think he's the writer for Lamley.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's a couple guys. I didn't realize that at the start that there's several guys involved in that channel.
And excuse me, there's a few other guys out there that I watch. So there's a bunch of them out there. They're crazy, I don't know how they do it. They invest a lot of money. Like that guy Phil, he's got over probably $30,000 in video equipment.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, everybody likes to complain about having to spend a couple bucks here and there on somebody's content, but it just boggles my mind. And I'm almost, like I was talking to Honest Diecast Derek today about it, but it's just like, just stop talking. You have no idea what people are spending on equipment and the time that they're putting into making this content for you, and they're not getting any much in return, and they're not making big bucks. You got to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, to make some good money on YouTube, to make a living. So. Yeah, so I appreciate people like you that realize that, it's not some cheap thing that I'm just doing for me. I'm doing it for, of course I love diecast and collecting, but I love the community, and I love doing it. I'm making videos to entertain people, That's why I was put here on earth, I think, to make people laugh, And you too, you funny guy.
Yeah.
You're a wise
crazy,
guy.
Yeah, it gets crazy because they throw so much stuff at us, with all these chase cars and this car and the treasure hunts and super treasure hunts and all these, A case, B case, C case, and they're coming out like rapid fire and all these different recolors, and it gets crazy. You can't collect everything. Like I tell people, you got to slow down a little bit. You got to,
you're gonna kill yourself.
You don't need all that stuff. It's collect what you like, narrow it down to a few things, and then if you want to resell some stuff to make a few bucks to get what you want, like, I understand, like you want to get the Datsuns, those more expensive ones and more exclusive ones. Yeah. And you want to, you give enough cars away. You got the right, and like Derek, they get the right to sell cars if they want. And like Nas and Andre Cruz and those guys, they get all the right in the world to sell, and they can get whatever they want from them. They're not scalping. They sell stuff to support their channel, to help, to give good content out to people like me and all the subscribers out there. Like I said on Derek's video, and that's how you got to look at it. And people get jealous or what this one gives that one and that one gives this one. It's you don't have to be jealous. Like I told you guys on my video, if you want something from the guy like that guy on Hewitt's, if you want something, you got to put your time in. Like everybody else, they're on there and they comment and they're on their live streams, and
yeah, absolutely,
they're involved. Get involved, and when you come to a time you want to ask Hewitt's, say, Mr. Hewitt's, I'm such and such. I know you're busy, you're making a lot of cars, you're giving a lot of stuff away. is it all right if I get on the list? I heard you had a list. I can afford so much money. I'm sure his door is wide open. The front door and the back door is wide open to put you on the list and eventually send you something down the road,
Yeah, absolutely. I think he has a list, but he truly goes through the list. He's not just saying he's got some list. He's not going to forget about you. So, but you have to invest. You have to invest into the diecast community and be a part of the community, and just not to be. We've talked about this many times. People just that are just demanding and entitled. They're just like, give me this. Like, no, I'm not giving you nothing. Like, get out of here. Send me this car. I've had people email me, send me, can you, this, they don't say can you, they just say send me this car. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, who are you? I'm not sending you anything.
It's like these guys are doing you. It's like I tell some of the subscribers and stuff. These guys are doing you, they're giving you entertainment. They're entertainers. These guys, like they say, microphones, speakers, or whatever.
Cameras,
laptops, their computers. They're all big money. Everything costs money. It's expensive.
Yeah.
And how can you get mad at these guys? These guys, they're putting on a show for you,
Yeah. It's, people pay for the dumbest things, subscriptions to all kinds of different things, and they buy, they're out there buying super treasure hunts for $100, but they can't afford, they can't afford $5 to send your way in a live stream or a membership. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah. That's what I was calling that guy with Derek, $4.99 or $9.99 or $99.99, whatever it is. But sometimes, like I said, it can backfire. If you're giving a free custom away or something to a $99 subscribe every month.
Yeah.
If you get 20 or 30 subscribers, and then you're on a 3-month hold on those cars, it could backfire because, you're working 40, 60 hours a week. Yeah. You get a family, you get a wife, you go on vacation, you get things you got to do. Do you really have time to make all those cars? I don't work. I don't have time to do that. You know what I mean? It's, it gets crazy. I can see it from both standpoints, but, if Derek wants to sell cars and stuff, that's up to him. Or you want to sell cars or give them away, it's your business,
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like for my membership on my channel, if you picked like the top tier, whatever, it's like $20-$25 a month or whatever, then I'll make you like a custom, But just for just like the basic, $5 a month, we have some, live streams for smaller. I mean, people don't understand what this is about. They think that there's all this other content out there that's just, and that these other, that the members are being treated differently. They're not. Now that's just something I need to say, because there's a lot of people out there said that I'm never going to do memberships, whatever, to each their own. But at the same time, some people out there, they're like, I would never do that because everyone's treated equally. Well, people that have members, they're treated the same too, So I've got a handful, and we have some smaller lives together. And that's about it. It's just more intimate. We're just having 8 people in a live, and whatever. And I have my regular lives too, so it's not like they're getting anything that everyone else is seeing the same videos. It's people are making a big deal out about nothing.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
If you don't want to pay for it, just don't do it. But I've lost subscribers when I did it, and. Whatever. I don't care,
I don't care. It's like I said, they're not like Derek ain't breaking your arm or breaking your leg or forcing you to join, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to leave, go. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I love everybody. I'll even if somebody says something nasty towards me or whatever, I'm willing to forgive that person and move on. So if there's people that left my channel and want to come back, that's fine too. Just squash it and move on for sure. But basically, just when I've said this in pretty much almost every podcast, it's like we all come to YouTube to get away from drama, so we don't need it. So it's not even, there's no even point talking about certain things, But we all don't enjoy scalpers and stuff, but. They're not going to go away anytime soon. All we can do is educate them to let them know what they're doing, because some people don't realize what they're doing. So there's scalping, and there's people that just sell some other stuff, and that's fine. just everyone's entitled to sell their cars.
Yeah, that's right. Especially if you fall into a hardship.
Absolutely.
Up,
absolutely. It's like it's your cars.
Yeah, I felt bad for a guy one time, man. He had to sell. He ran into a jam and he wanted to sell his cars. And I said to him, buddy, keep your cars. What do you need? $300. I said, here, take the $300. Whenever you get it, if you want to give me $50 a month back or whatever, I don't even really want the money back, but go buy some food for your family, and here's $300, and this is what I can do to help you. Yeah. I said, don't, like you say, and everybody else says, and Hewitt says, don't give, what's the saying, don't take kindness for granted.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said, I'll help you, whatever I can do. I can take you shopping, I can buy you stuff, I can give you a few bucks, but, I hope this helps. Yeah. And he was grateful. And he used to come by my house like once a month and give me $25. And, I put it in an envelope. And then the next time I saw the guy, I give it back to him. I said, hey, don't worry about it. Buy your kids something nice for Christmas.
Yeah, well, it's hard to find people like you, Eddie. And I'd say that from the bottom of my heart. It's that's why I wanted to get you on the podcast, because I'm not looking to get big names on podcast or anything like that, or people that have a bunch of subscribers, because who cares about all that? I'm looking to get real people that are generous and kind and have big hearts and are a major part of the community. I mean, Eddie, you're everywhere, like on YouTube too. I'm always looking at people's videos and you're just everywhere, man. And that's so cool, because and I see other people that are kind of everywhere supporting everybody, in the smaller channels and stuff like that to help them grow. You're doing really well, man. I think you're like 70 or 80 subscribers already, and you just posted your first. You've got, how many videos you got out now? Like what, 15 or something? I haven't even counted.
Yeah, I gotta look.
10, 15 videos?
Sometimes I don't even pay attention.
Yeah, but proud of you, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Making videos and not worrying about all the details, right? The editing and all that stuff, because it doesn't really matter. It's good to just see somebody's personality in their face. And, I think we all agree. I just love watching, like, your videos, Hewitt's videos, and they just crack me up. You guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. And your spoof video, I started it, of course, but your spoof video towards me had me dying. And, yeah, it's good. Because the train noise, you're like, I'm like, what is that? What's that? What is that? So, yeah, the train part got me. And, yeah, because I always got the train going off. It's probably going to go off now that we just talked about it. But and then Hewitt's made a video too, and that caught me off guard. I was not expecting that. And the chainsaw where he cuts all the cars off the pegs, and his fake teeth that he had. And I was like, who is that? Hewitt's brother? Who is that? Like, I didn't recognize him. I honestly didn't recognize him. I was like, who is this guy?
That one was outstanding. He had me pissing my pants on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then he smashed the car with the hammer and then did a little smile, with his, hand on his face on the ground. So, yeah, so everybody, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that, I live for, is where we can all have fun with each other, brotherly love, like we're like family, and just make fun of each other in a lighthearted way, just... it's good. And, I think Derek said that he's watched my video of you, my Eddie impersonation, like 20, 30 times. He's got it memorized, especially like, I think the only thing, so I'll tell you right now, because since it was about you, is for you. I was planning on doing it, but then Kimber had to go to some holiday party and she left. And I was like, I'm going to do it today. So I saw your last video. I grabbed a gray sweatshirt, a plain one, because you were wearing one. I just grabbed whatever hat, and then I even shaved like my mustache down and everything just to make it more scruffy. I had to make this believable. I found some glasses, and then I just grabbed my laptop, played Hewitt's, in the background, like a couple of your videos. You're just playing Hewitt's in the background, and then I didn't know what I was doing. I just like set it down and just let it go. But I think the only thing that I knew in my head that was cracking me up is you're always talking about the international cards, if they got the darker back and everything on them. And I was like, international pancakes, International House of Pancake cards. Mac.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and Kimber thought that was pretty funny too. She's heard me say a couple of times just walking around just saying Mac. And she's like, what did you just say? And I was like, I don't even realize I was doing this. It's Mac. Listen to me. So yeah, we love you, man. And I love like doing impersonations of people. It's always something I've been pretty good at. So yeah, but I love you. Never gonna make fun of somebody because anybody that I do an impersonation of is someone that I respect a lot. Like you and Hewitt's when I did Hewitt's video. It's I'm never gonna do an impression of somebody that I don't like. They're not getting that.
I want to do a Derek impersonation, but I can't get my hair like that.
Oh yeah, that's tough. He's got us on that one. I might have to go for it one of these days. But he's on my list. He's on the list. Nobody's safe.
I might shave my hair and then have my daughter glue it together and then just tape it on top of my head,
glue it together. Yeah, just some shorts and flip flops, just to cut off. So I got some more questions for you. Who would you say is the most influential person in your life to this day, Hot Wheels or not? Like, who's your favorite? Like, who's your most influential person?
I'd have to say that's a tough one. I got a bunch of them.
It's a tough one for sure.
I'd have to say my brother.
Your brother, okay.
Years ago, when he got me into the construction trade, he passed away last year in November.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And then my sister passed away 6 months after that.
Wow, that's tough.
It was hard. It hit me hard because I've been away for 3 years and I haven't been back to see them.
Yeah,
and
that's tough, man.
He influenced me a lot, and he was my general labor foreman when I worked for JF White. And he took me on all his jobs and stuff, and it's hard to see him go.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. I can't imagine losing a sibling. It's someone that you grew up with, and you're similar. You share the same blood.
Yep.
So that's tough. Yeah, but he's watching over you now. He's proud of you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, yeah, he is. Trust me, man. Like, we're all proud of you. So, I mean, if we're proud of you, I know he's proud of you for all the things that you do for people.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, I appreciate it.
No problem,
and it's
man.
like Nas lost his father recently. And,
yeah.
He missed a few videos there. Like, he couldn't do any videos for a while. But that's how it goes,
That's how it goes, man. It hasn't even been that long. Yeah. I know that everybody deals with grief in a different way. Nobody really knows how to. There's no instructions on how to deal with grief in your life, So it's tough, and everybody does it in their own way. But everybody needs, either space or they don't need space. They need people around them. So you just kind of have to feel people out and make sure they're good without, I've been checking in on Nas, and he listens to these podcasts, and he's listening now, I'm sure, and he knows we love him, and
exactly.
So yeah, we're here for our buddies, and I think you and I are probably the same way. When you can read people once you get to know them a little bit, see them interact, you can read whether they're real or fake. Yeah. We have those meters, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't pull any punches.
No, exactly, and Nas is real.
If I got to tell you something, and like everybody gets. They give thumbs down and stuff on that, some of Nas's videos, but
all of our videos, mine too.
Nas is Nas. I love Nas's content. He's got great content, and and it takes a lot to do what he does too. And he don't act; he tells you what's on his mind, and that's how it's supposed to be. If you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Yeah, just don't watch it. Just go. But yet nobody does it like Nas, like the amount of effort and time that he puts into his channels, because he's got Nas and then he's got Shelby Street, diecast, and nobody puts the amount of effort into him. So I try to always send money in his live streams and send him customs or whatever I can. He doesn't expect anything from anyone, as I don't either. I don't expect anything from anyone, but when people give I'm like, I love customs. When you send me that monster truck, me and Kimber, Kimber, like, she's not even allowed to touch it. Like, no, she loves it. It's both of ours. Everything's both of ours. But, I just was really enamored by that thing. It's very cool. You can't pay for someone's time, And so, there's, Hewitt's as well. When he sent me those Moon Eyes 510s, man, those are like some of my favorite cars in my entire collection. Like, they probably are my favorite cars, to be honest with you. And there's, convention cars and all that stuff. Those are cool, but the customs where people put their, blood and sweat, and there is blood involved, because we've all cut ourselves or drilled something and hurt ourselves, And I'm sure you way more than me, because I don't do customs that often, but when I do,
you do some nice ones.
Yeah, I thank you. I learned a lot of tricks from Derek,
Derek,
and he taught me that stuff, and I love doing. I'm in the process of doing. I'm going to be starting a couple Datsun 510 Chrome BREs, the little,
nice.
And just calms me down. When I strip the paint off of those and start polishing. And then go ahead, sorry.
You do great work, outstanding on those. I can't get them half as good as you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we all have our own niche. It's like, some people do. Derek does really beautiful candy paint jobs on his cars. And I haven't dived too deep into that. I get to the point. I love polishing cars, but then once I get them mirror finish, I don't want to do anything to them after that. I'm like, this is it. This is where I like it. Yep. And it's unique, I made David at Twice Diecast. I made David one of those, my first polished BRE wagon. I got the decals, decals, whatever you want to call them. And that's his, he says that's his favorite custom he's got from anybody. So to me, that's the biggest compliment in the world. Because it's like he knows how much time went into that car for 9 stages of polishing, and putting those decals on. It was the first car I've ever put decals on, and I only had one set, and I messed it. I was joking about messing it up, but I didn't have another set, and I messed it up. So I had to wait for another one to show up, because I was like, man, what if I messed the as I'm saying it, like I messed it up. I overlapped it and just ruined it, one of the sides. So it was like, I've
did it many times.
We've all drilled. Have you ever drilled through a car too? I think we've all drilled through a car. I've done it a couple times.
I drilled my finger out.
Ooh.
Probably when I first started, like three times in the same week. I hit the same. I went right through the post, right up over the hood, right into my finger.
Ooh. Ow.
Went in the bathroom, put the stuff on it, put the Band-Aid on it. A couple of days later, I took off the Band-Aid, did the same thing right into the same hole. I did it 3 times.
Oh, no.
Oh, my finger was infected for like a month.
No, Eddie. No. Oh, man. Yeah, it happens, man. It's not. You got tools, man. You got knives and screwdrivers and drill bits and all kinds of stuff that you got to deal with. So, yeah, it's not easy either. And then you get people that get super detailed into it. Like I was just watching Jakarta Diecast today, his last video, and it was just the amount. Like he's so patient and steady hand. He built fuel cells, suspension, brakes. He built all that stuff for the car, And it was really fun to watch, And then he just got a little airbrush and everything. I haven't got one of those yet. I'm debating on whether I get an airbrush or not.
I get an old. Mine's 35 years old. My Badger airbrush. I get the Badger, and I get a little. What is it? Harbor Freight air compressor, and I get the Propel bottles. I do the rattle cans a lot. Now my boots is down, so I've been doing rattle cans. So. Yeah,
but they have. I think I found one on Amazon, a little booth that was pretty cool. I can't remember how much it was, but it has like the ventilation and everything in it, and it's just it folds down and folds up. So I've debated maybe getting something like that for Christmas time or something.
Yeah, they're good. They range from $80 to 120. They get the LED lights on them. I got to pick one up. I got an older one. I think it was like $65, but it's all all beat up now. But I got to get another one.
Yeah, it's probably older than me.
Yeah, probably. I think it was one of the first models that it was a master one that they put out, something like that.
Yeah. So, what keeps you going with the diecast? Just doing the customs and buying die. What keeps you excited about diecast? What keeps you going?
What keeps me going? It's just like I said before, you got to get away from the hustle and bustle. I don't work 40 hours a week. Have to go to a job, but I still got 2 dogs over here.
Oh yeah, beautiful dogs.
I got a wife and a 22-year-old daughter,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes, everything ain't fun and games. You got to get away. I come in here, I clear my head. It relaxes me, and I enjoy doing it. It puts me in a state of mind where I can come in here and I can construct something to make people happy and put a smile on their face.
Yeah.
And I can take it out and give it away to somebody, put it in my showcase, and then when someone comes in, I can give them a good deal on it. I'm not going to charge $75, $100, $20, $25, $18, whatever they can afford. And that helps me, like I said before, my paintbrushes, my paints, my Dremel bits.
It's not free, it's not cheap.
Blades and everything else,
Yeah, and you're not working anymore, right? So, I mean, you got probably like a kind of a fixed income kind of a deal. Besides, your wife's still working, but,
Yeah, my wife's 10 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I have my pension. I bring home good money. All my bills get paid. I got a beautiful home here. I'm far from struggling. And I help out a lot in the community. Like I said, I'll buy stuff for this, I'll decorate stuff for that, and I try what I can, to help out the old timers in the community. I'll go over, work on their houses, help with their fences. That got, most of the houses over here are brand new, but and some of them are like 8, 10. I think that community started 10 years ago. So little things that I help out with, I'll put a bench in the community area, mix the concrete. I'll buy the bench, I'll set it in. I try to help out.
Yeah, you are the man of many talents, my friend. It's just looking in your garage, all the projects you got on. Let's talk about those cases that you have, like the display cases you have. Those things are really cool. Tell me about how you started doing those and what the process is, and how do I get one?
It all depends. If I build a few sizes, medium and small and large.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a buddy of mine in Greenville, South Carolina. His name is John, and we come up with an idea, and a Hot Wheel. I started out with a Hot Wheel logo out of wood,
mm-hmm.
and giving them away, selling a few here and there, and then he gave me the idea, and he goes, "Why don't we build cases?" I said, "Okay, I'll make some, and then you make some at your house." And he's got, I got a couple, I got this table saw and the skill saw and all that stuff, but he's got the bigger industrial table saw.
Yeah,
he can cut all the grooves better than me because it takes me longer. So what I do, I supply the wood, and he makes all the cuts for me, and then I'll make all the frames, and I'll cut out the backing because I can do that with my stuff. And then he'll bring me over enough lats with the grooves in it for 5 or 6 cases or whatever he makes,
Yeah.
And he makes cases. He gave me a few of his cases. They come out real nice.
Yeah, they're cool looking, man.
I made these ones, and I'd rather make the cases than sell Hot Wheels. It's I don't know. Sometimes I feel embarrassed to sell a Hot Wheel. You know that?
Yeah, but you shouldn't, though. At the same time, it's funny because like people probably have no problems paying for a case because they know that the time went into it. But why should they have a problem paying for a Hot Wheel when the same amount of time or more went into it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the price, and the people don't realize. Some of these people. I had a gentleman come over a couple of weeks ago. He wanted to buy a couple of cases. He was like, I'm like, man, I'm like, you know how much wood costs?
Yeah,
And he's
wood
like,
costs.
yeah. I'm like, well, see that case over there? It's the 6 foot. It's practically a full sheet of plywood, 3/8, and that full sheet of plywood's like almost $20. Matter of fact, I think it's $21 I paid for it.
Yeah.
And then I gotta buy, all the pine, and pine's like runs anywhere, the good stuff, not all mangled and twisted. It runs anywhere from $4.99, $3.99 to $8 a square foot, or a lineal foot. But it runs into money, and then I'm not asking for big money for my time. I'm just asking. You throw me a few bucks for my time, and you pay for the wood.
Yeah, no, that's crazy if somebody's complaining about what. So what were you looking to charge for that specific case?
Well, the medium cases, I was asking. What was I selling for? I think $65, and the other ones were $75, $80.
Yeah,
and then the bigger ones were like $270. But then
because they're huge. Like that one up on your wall is big.
Yeah, and then the ones that put the Lexan plexiglass. Plexiglass is $75 a sheet, 4x8 sheet.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's crazy expensive.
And to put one on my medium box would cost me like $35 just for the glass, the plexiglass.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 30. You're looking at almost probably. You can buy a real nice Connie case for like $149, $150.
Yeah.
And I was selling mine with the plastic on it and for like $65, $70.
Yeah.
I was only making like $25 on it.
Yeah, and your time's worth more than $25 for putting something like that together. So, yeah, I've seen what cases go for on online and even Amazon for these not even great cases that could be a couple $100 if they're on the bigger scale, and they're not very nice. They're not as nice as yours. So yeah, I mean, there's people out there that will pay that. I'll pay that for one of your,
I wouldn't even charge you. You just pay for the shipping and handling. I don't know how much it would have cost for a medium case. Probably out there, I'm probably looking $40, I think. Probably, I don't know. I'll check it out for you. My wife works at the post office.
Yeah, whatever, man. I'll pay whatever you want me to pay. I'm not looking for anything for free, of course, ever.
I'll trade you some cars for it.
Yeah, I'll send you some cars.
Yeah.
I'll park the cars in the yard.
The habit, yeah.
Oh man! So, how are you liking posting videos so far? Are you really enjoying all the comments and feedback and everything on the videos you posted?
Yeah, I read. I try to, after it might take me a day or two to read all of them, and I try to comment on them. But I'd love to do live.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works out in the future.
Why don't you just do it?
I thought you couldn't. You had to have 1,000 subscribers.
No, man. You can do live whenever. You can only when you have past 1,000, then you can do mobile live. Then you can do it on your phone. But you're going to have to do it on a laptop or computer for the time being. But if you have a laptop or a computer with a webcam, you can do a live if you had 1 subscriber or no subscribers.
Okay, great. Because my buddy, he does computers in Mayan.
Mm-hmm.
He has my computer. He's working on it. He cleaned everything out. He's getting it all set up for me. Getting ready to put a web page up.
Oh, really?
So I should have it in a couple of weeks. I hope.
That's cool. Yeah. Then you can do a live, and we can all be a part of that. Man, I think you were weren't you in JDC's last night? His live for.
I was in there for a little while.
Yeah, I love his lives. It's just he's just working on cars and stuff, and you can do the same thing too because it's just it's a cool feel, and people can see how you do it and what goes into it, and in the process you can just kind of chat with people. Just have it up on your computer or whatever. Or maybe get a cheap webcam or something.
Yeah, I got the camera. Yeah, my camera's in the laptop. I can run it off it.
Yeah, so you just have that's what mine is. I have an external one too. Of course, I have all kinds of gadgets because I kind of have to. But yeah, it's pretty easy to do. And if you need help from any of us, we'll help you figure out how to go live or whatever. It's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. And I'm sure maybe your daughter can help you too. She's young and knows all the technology stuff. So, or your friend.
She's good at that. My original first 3 videos or 4 videos, I had them on a camera,
Mm-hmm.
and she's supposed to, upload everything for me and put my stuff in there, like, all my content and stuff. But she's been real busy with her stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting. She's gonna, she'll do it. I'm just waiting on it.
Yeah, and if you need help from me to how to figure that kind of stuff out, I'll help you too. I can even do like a Zoom call or live chat or whatever with you to show you how to do it. I'm serious, man. I'll help you.
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. It's once you get some of this stuff, and I even do like the way I'm doing this podcast right now is kind of makeshift. I have we have bigger plans. We're going to do some much cooler things with it, but I've basically just got a, we're talking on the phone. I got a Bluetooth speaker that's right next to the mic, and I'm talking to the mic too. So I got a program. So it's nothing crazy. I've always enjoyed doing this kind of stuff, but I'm not a tech nerd like I used to be when I was young. I used to really be into computers. I built many computers on my own as a kid in high school and stuff, but I don't really do that. Could I still do it? Sure, yeah, I'm sure I could figure it out again, but this technology just at this point in our lives, it's just my dad he's only taken a loan out on two things in his life: his house and a computer, and that was back when I was a kid, and it was an IBM, and it was like $2,500. It was the first desktop ever, and he had to get a loan for it because he did it for work. So he's an editor, writer, photographer. So yeah, I mean, I've started from. He had a typewriter before that. He'd do everything on a typewriter, writing. And then, so I was able to start with the first desktop as a kid playing Tetris or whatever on there. And now, like, I can't keep up with these video games. And I don't even like a lot of these video games because they're just shooter games and people are headshots. And it's just really gory and gross. It kind of disconnects kids from reality,
It's crazy.
And I've done it. I've been a part of it as a kid, but I didn't like it. I kind of just was like, I don't really like this that much. It's pretty morbid. So
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Technology is just doubling itself like every year. It's like, you remember the days my first digital camera was like, it was like 16 megabytes. It was the pictures, 16 megabytes, and now there's terabytes and gigaterabytes and all this stuff you can. So it's like it's nuts, So it's nice. It's nice when people can help you.
Yeah, I'll go to the gun range. We get a nice gun range down. It's probably about 10 minutes from me, and we bring the guns down and shoot in the stalls. And
right.
It gets some aggravation out.
Sure. Yeah, shooting guns and maybe you get a punching bag out there with some scalpers' faces on there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I put a few out there.
Local scalpers.
I'll put the AR-15 in my daughter's hands, and she'll rip off a few hundred rounds of the AR-15 at 15
sounds expensive.
yards.
Yeah, it sounds expensive nowadays. Gosh, like 5.59 or whatever ammo, just gross. Yeah, it's super expensive.
Ammunition skyrocketed like everything else.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, it's an expensive world we live in right now. It's a crazy world. Yeah. But I just tell people, everybody's got their own situations and stuff going on. But when it comes to like the community online, it's like none of us need any kind of drama on there because that's where we go to get away from it. So just move on. If someone's got something negative to say, just respond nicely and move on. And if you don't like my channel, then why you here. Beat it. If you don't like it.
I saw that video with Derek when he ran into the manager. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I think that was. I've been to that store with him many times. And I think that was Kroger in in Chandler, or in that area in Arizona. Yeah, but that guy's getting into it with him. Like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You can't go through. He's like, well, I've been waiting here for half an hour to look to get these cars hung up, so I can go through them.
Why didn't Derek just buy the boxes? He should have just bought them all.
Yeah, but they're not even. How like some of that stuff is the bureaucratic parts of that. They say you can't buy them until they're on the shelf, right?
Someone else was going to do it anyway. Say the manager goes in the back. and then there's an associate out there. Some kid walks in and grabs him, and then he can purchase how many boxes are there? Two boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop him from buying them? But Derek can't buy them. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
It is crazy. But
he asked politely. He did the right thing. That's like when I go to Walmart or Target. I know the managers in there, but I don't. I don't tell them call me on the phone or can I go in the back room and look at the cases or this and there. And a friend of mine is a security guard in there. When I walk in the store, he sees me on the camera. He knows who I am when I walk in there, and he'll come out from the back room and go, "Hey, Eddie, I saw you walking in." And I'm like, "Really, dude?" He goes, "I got a couple in the back." I'm like, "Dude, yeah, whatever." I said, "Just don't give them to scalpers." I said, "Just when you put them on the pegs, if you're going to put them on now, I'll wait." And he go in the back and pick out 2 boxes, 2 cases, and he'll put them out, and I'll be with him, and he'll put them out. And I'll take, I'll take probably 6 cars out of the whole case, and I won't take 3 or 4, or I'll take 1 or 2 of each if I'm going to use it for a casting, for if I got to do a custom. And then he goes, "Hey, take what you want." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not like that. I just said keep an eye on the scalpers. That's all I want you to do." And he gets mad when people come in here and they rape the pegs, And
rifle through everything.
And he tells me that's why if he gets 10 or 12 cases in the back, he don't put them all out. He'll put 1 or 2 cases out. It's because he don't like the scalpers. In Target, the manager, he won't get ID cards no more. He refuses. And he said, "You know something, Eddie? I might not even get Hot Wheels anymore." You know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's getting that bad. Because people come in and they're trashing the place.
Mm-hmm.
They're raping everything. And he goes, "Yeah, we don't need the Hot Wheels. I might not even order them anymore." And I'm like, "Really?" He stopped the ID cards. He don't get them no more.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the rules are with Target, whether they can stop doing stuff or not. I guess it's probably up to them. But, I mean, they don't have to make an order if they don't want to, of course.
Yeah, but they don't have to put it on the tells on. My wife used to work for Walmart.
Yeah.
And she used to do all the ordering and stuff. And
yeah, I know there's definitely a lot of Walmarts out there. There's a couple in my area that don't ever have anything new. It's like they get stuff in every blue moon, but it's like nothing new. They're probably dealing with the same thing. My
Dollar Trees ain't getting them no more. A couple of Dollar Trees around me, they're not ordering them anymore because of the scalpers and the people make the store a mess.
Yeah, they messed it up. I just was at a Fred Meyer last night with Kimber. We're getting some other stuff, and the place was there was some fresh stuff out, but the scalpers have already been through. I could tell they're scalpers because it was just a mess. Like they just running through everything looking for the treasure hunts and super treasure hunts because they didn't even take some of the regular cars that I liked. I grabbed a few that I liked, but you could tell they just ran through it. It's so discouraging. The place was a mess.
Yeah,
somebody's got to clean that up.
You can't even find a regular a mainline car that you want to do a custom with. Some of the mainline cars I like to grab 2 or 3 of them, and then I have a buddy of mine. He lives about 15 minutes away. Another friend of mine. His name's Dale Durtron. He works for the Greenville Police Department, and his wife works there too, and he likes to come over my house, rummage through my stuff, and I give him cars for free. I make him a ton of customs. I must have made him probably over 50 customs. I never charged him one dime, and I'll have him over here on my live stream one of these days or whatever, and he'll tell you I never charged the guy. I never charged him 1 cent, and I made $60, $70, $100 customs for him. I gave him over 50 of them. I pay for the wheels. I pay for the cars. That's the way I roll.
Yeah, they're really cool gifts to give people, and I think if you're given gifts with expectations back, they're not gifts. So whenever you give something to somebody, if you have any expectations, then it's not a gift. It's a burden. It's not even a gift. Because just because you send somebody a car or whatever, it doesn't mean they have to make a video about it. Doesn't mean they have to do whatever. They can do whatever they want with it. Of course, I don't want to see them selling it off, because that's disrespectful. But as long as they enjoy it and they keep it, I don't care what they do with it. Put it on the wall. I mean, all my customs, like I'm looking at yours right now. It's on the top of my case right in front of me. The 510, the jacked up 510. That's one of my favorite 510s I own, is this jacked up 510, because that's one of my favorite. That's a new main line that it took me forever to find. And I like searching for cars because it gives you a lot of appreciation when you're looking for so long and you finally find it. It's one thing when people send you cars, that's cool, and I appreciate that. But for like me and Derek, it's the hunt of finding that car you've been looking for months, and you found it. And it's a very rewarding feeling. You feel like a kid again. You hold it in your hand. There it is. It's like it's a even if it's a regular car for me, it's a treasure hunt. Or it's a super treasure hunt. When I found my first 510s, those green ones, the one that you sent me, it was like I found a super treasure hunt because I've been looking for those for so long. It felt like I think the first time I found a couple of them, and now I have like maybe a handful. I still don't have that many because I have boxes. I have, I like the Momo ones. I don't know if you remember those ones, the 510s.
I got them. I got a red one. The red one, the red Momo that looks like the 510 that I made you, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the black one you sent me. But the red one, there's a red, but there's a 2-door. Do you have the 2-door one? Because the other one, that's the second generation one. But there's the 2-door one is the first Momo one. Yeah. But I got that one. I have a box of like 72. I have a full case of 72 of that car.
That's nice. Those are nice little cars.
They're nice little cars. I never leave them behind. I don't feel bad. I never leave them behind. If I find a Momo or any 510, I don't leave them behind because I customize them. I give them away. I do all kinds of stuff with them, and they're mine. I don't scalp them. I'm not out there selling any of them. I'm not selling for $5 or $10. And I love those cars. That's what I do.
I've seen them for $12 too.
Yeah, it's crazy, and they're not worth that, because they're not a rare car.
I said about the red lines, but I'm sitting here looking at a custom that Brandon made me from Liver Diecast.
Mm-hmm.
Got it right in front of me.
Yeah, 69. I have one too. Yeah, he sent me one too.
Yeah, they're cool. What a nice job he did on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're cool. He sent me one of the little Safari. I'm looking at it right now. Sent me a little Safari 510, the Matchbox ones. So, and I had done one of those. It's funny because that's one of my first customs I've ever done. Is one of those little Safari 510s. I did one when I was down at Derek's. We sit down and just do customs together and stuff, And I own Derek's first custom ever. That's mine. I have Derek's first custom on his diecast. Yeah, and it's a Datsun Momo 510 2-door. It's got a roll cage, it's got wheels, it's got some basic things on it, but it's really cool. It's really nice. I bought it off him. I was like, how much for... He was telling me this is his first custom. I'm like, how much? And, he sold it to me for super cheap, but I was like, I have to have your first custom. I got you into this. So I said, I got to have your first custom. Then he got me into customizing, so... the rest is history, But yeah, it's super cool having buddies that are good friends that you can coax into your hobby / addiction of cars. But I've met so many. If I didn't get into this diecast thing, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be having this podcast with you. I wouldn't have all the friends that I do, the close friends that I do. So if I would have never got into Hot Wheels, I wouldn't have all these amazing people in my life. So that's one thing for people to remember.
Of course.
It's not about the money, and sometimes it's not even about the cars. It's about the people that are attached to them behind the cars that share the same passion as you do.
Yeah, it's like fishing. It's when I took up fishing, it was like you're going to go down this road or you're going to go down that road. It's either. You're going out every Friday and Saturday night partying, spending hundreds of dollars, or you go down this road and you go fishing, you buy a boat, and you can enjoy yourself and
stay out of trouble. Yeah, stay out of trouble. Find fish. I think what's super funny, Eddie, is I was just thinking about that. Like, I don't know, like probably yesterday or something. I was just thinking about fishermen, like people that like to fish. Because I've done my share of fishing over the years. My uncle is a charter. He always brought me out, and I'd catch salmon. And I was able to Crazy story, but I was able to catch a sturgeon
Nice.
not that long ago, just maybe a year or less ago. I'm driving home from work. My friend lives down the street. I used to work with at a dealership, and she's a fisherman, a fisherwoman, and her boyfriend. They both said, "Hey, you want to come fishing with us?" And it's just down the street from me. It's called the Stilly River, and it's just a slow moving river down the street from me. It takes me minutes to get there. And they said, "You want to go fishing?" Kimber was with me, and he's like, "You guys want to come out?" And so we said, "Yeah, I'm down." So we went out, and we didn't really think much of it until they were telling me like, "Yeah, there's sturgeon out here." I was like, "No." I was like, the big ancient fish, they're like, "Yeah, they're out here." And then the line just went bang and it just hit, and it was like a whale hit it, and he gave it to me. He's like, "Here you go, have fun." And I'm like, I've caught king and silver and stuff before, trout, bass, all kinds of stuff, but yeah, it was like it was gonna pull me in the water if you made a wrong move. Like it was probably, we never took it in, or you have to take them to the shore and pull them out, but you can't keep them around here. They're kind of like an endangered animal kind of a thing. They're ancient fish. They just don't let you to take them around here. So we got it up to the boat. I ended up hooking the back of it. That we pulled it in backwards in its tail. Yeah. And I saw that thing come up to the boat, and it was just about as long as the boat. It's like this huge, massive fish. We ended up unhooking it, getting him off, and yeah. But that. I can say that I caught a sturgeon. It was my arm and my leg, and they were dead, man. I was dead. My arm. The next day I was still dead. It was pulling that thing up. It was like you had a shark on the line, but not as feisty. But fishing's cool. I mean, I've always loved fishing. There's a lot of guys out there that love fishing, and it's very very relaxing for them. It's like us when we do the customs and everything. It's just a place to think and clear your brain. It's pretty cool.
Yep, that's it.
Yes, sir. Let's see here. What other questions did I have for you? I know I had a couple other ones. So when it comes to Christmas time, what do you guys usually do as a family for Christmas time? Since we're coming up on that.
We'll play. I have 4 Christmas trees in my house.
I saw that. You sent me that. Yeah, you're like, you got one little tiny fake one? Let me show you what I got.
I got a 9-footer in my living room. I got a 6-footer in my daughter's room. A 5-footer in the diningroom. And then in the entryway of my house, I have a 6-footer. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got all the, are you going to be cooking some Italiano food for Christmas time?
I might make manigattis, but we have prime rib on Christmas.
Ooh, that's good.
Prime rib. My daughter will bake a cake. She's a great baker. She'll make we'll make pastries, and I'll make a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow. So set a table for an extra, and I'll fly over. Me and Kimba will fly over.
You want to buy a house over here, Mark? The houses, they're starting to go up, but you can buy a beautiful home down here for $200,000.
That's crazy. And you're in what, North Carolina or South Carolina? I always get
South Carolina.
South Carolina, okay.
Simpsonville, county of Greenville.
Simpsonville, that's easy to remember.
The taxes are real cheap. When I'm 65, whoever owns a house when they're 65 with a year residency, they cut all your taxes and all your bills at 50%.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a great place for elderly people and retired people to come and live. And everybody from the north is moving down here, from New York, from.
Well, yeah, because people can't afford to live. I mean, in my area, they tax old people out of their houses.
It was like crazy. We had the house in Boston, and it was in Framingham, 35 minutes from downtown Boston up to Mass Pike on Route I-90, and the houses market explodes. Like we paid, what did we pay? I think we paid $287 for it back in '96, and then Just it's like a $600,000 house when you sell it. It's crazy. It's
crazy around here.
And you can come down here and you can buy a house for 250, 260, 200, 190. When I first moved in, some of the houses were 170,000.
Wow.
They're 240. My house exploded. I paid 263,000 for my house. It's probably last time I looked it up last week, it was almost 400,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. I figured you built your house out of like probably like some spare wood, or you chop some trees down, maybe some driftwood or something like that. So that's not the case. You didn't build it.
We had the builder build it. When we came down here.
Okay.
Before I retired, I got into a friend of mine down here is a broker, and his friend is a real estate agent. So he said, "Here's a nice community. They're building houses down here. You come down, beautiful." So that's what we did. Yeah,
but you were probably on the scene. You were like, "No, you're doing it wrong. This is how you do it." Mark.
I come down 3 times to check.
3 times. That's it.
And stuff. Flying back and forth to Boston, but. I trusted the guy. The guy was good.
That's good. Yeah, it looks like a nice place. From what I can tell in the garage, I don't know. I need something with a big garage, 3-car, RV kind of type thing, so I can put a lift in.
Yeah, you can. You can have them built down here. You're better off coming down and buying a piece of land and building your own house. And I want to be in a community because I don't want to do. My landscaper cuts my grass for me. I used to cut the grass, but I got the landscaper to do it. But the community takes care of all the property. I had a 18 by 36 in-ground swimming pool at my house, and it was a lot of work, man. Chemicals, this, that. It cost me an arm and a leg, And over here, I get the big pool. It don't cost, I pay $62 a month for the association fee.
The homeowners. Homeowners.
Yeah, some people don't like that because you can't do a lot of things that you want to do,
Yeah, you can't have like a carnival in front of your house.
Yeah, make it like a trailer park,
Yeah, you can't have a trailer park in front of your house. Yeah, so I'm sure that makes you pretty angry, Eddie. You probably want a trailer park in front of your house, so you can invite me and I can, juggle for you. The amazing Mark.
Yeah. All my neighbors are good, they're all professional people, and they like what I do, and they're glad they have me for a neighbor because I look out for them, I help them out, and there's a lot of elderly people around me,
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. We know you take care of people, so yeah, that's for sure. So I got one more question for you. Probably going to wrap it up here shortly. But what's your holy grail of cars, if you could have anything? And we're not talking about customs or anything, just like what's your holy grail of a car?
My holy grail, I got a couple of cars that are not too expensive, but my holy grail is probably my cheapest Hot Wheel. Matchbox. Mm-hmm. It's a Boss Mustang. 1975. My buddy Ronnie Bowles gave it to me. It's let me see. It's the Matchbox Boss Mustang. It's a funny car.
What year is it? You said
1975. I got the original block, the original condition. It's super mint, clean. It's probably worth about $30.
Yeah, but it's a sentimental thing for you, huh?
Yeah, I love it. I made a bunch of customs for Arnie, and he's another one. I don't like to take money from people like that, and he'll bring me cars, and I'll do them, and he'll bring me a bunch of cars, and he'll buy me paints, or he'll buy me something that I need to do. Eddie, what do you need? What can I do for you? That's how good-natured he is,
Yeah, there's certain people, there's certain people out there, of course, I won't take any money from as well, good friends, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, just sometimes just gotta give to those people that have given you so much time, effort, love, advice, listen when they need to, and you can't put a price on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he does a lot of auctions, a lot of yard sales, flea markets, and he'll come in with a big box of stuff. And he'll go, "Hey, look what I found for you." And I'm like, "Dude, really?" There'll be a lot of cool cars in there. All those the blue-carded cars, the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, the Porsches, all those cars. Most of them I got off of him. He brings me them every once in a while. A lot of them I go to. We have a big flea market over here, the Barnyard Flea Market. It's in Greer, South Carolina.
Yeah,
and,
I like flea markets.
I got a friend of mine. He owns a booth over there year round. And Barney, his name is. And Eddie, what do you need? What do you, anything? And they're $3 for $5. A lot of cars I got picked up cheap, $3 for $5. Where are you gonna find that?
Oh man, I love when you say that, like the $3 for $5.
$3 for $5. Where are you gonna find that kind of deal? Those cars are like $12 cars, $15 cars on the internet.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you've seen like Nas goes to all those flea markets too. I like watching those videos where he goes there. I'm kind of jealous.
There's scalpers there. I ran into a few scalpers there, and
sure.
I laugh at them.
They're everywhere.
I joke around with them. Some of them are good guys, but that's what they got to do. They got to do. That's their living.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not in stores gouging everything. They hustle and bustle, and I don't have a problem with that. But there's this one kid there. He had those cars from the Red Line Club cars. They're $35 from the Red Line Club cars, and he had one car marked up like almost $200, and I'm like, really?
Oh man, yeah.
I said, between me and you, what you pay for that? I go, I know what you paid for it. I'm a Red Line Club member too. I got the car. I know what you paid for it. $35.
$35-$40, whatever.
Yeah, plus the shipping in here, it comes to like $42, $47, whatever. Sometimes $39. It all depends.
Yeah.
But, I go, $190, really, dude? I'm like, well, do yourself a favor. Put the car for $60. Make it $25, $30, and that's good.
Or keep it. Don't sell it all, or wait a few years.
Yeah,
I mean, it'll go up in value.
Yeah, but he's not a collector. He's afraid. Oh, I'm going to buy it for $60, and then I'm going to hold it for 2 years, and then the value is going to skyrocket to $300, and then I'm going to sell it for $300. I said, buddy, I got cars older than you, right?
Yeah.
That are 40 years old.
I've heard that line before.
Right? And they're red line cars, and they're $300 cars, $400 cars, but
yeah,
who's going to pay $400 for these cars? You know what I mean? I got one guy, he offered me $100. But I had the car for 40 years. That's all I made on the car was $100.
Yeah.
Really? So, and believe me, I sold thousands of cars, thousands, and I'm not rich. I'm sitting here in my shop just like you, Derek, and everybody else. I'm an average Joe. I'm not rich over these cars. Believe me when I tell you, I sell a lot of customs. $20 here, $25 here. I only put the money back into the hobby.
Yeah.
I don't use it for my family. I got my own money for that. I don't need the money. It's not about the money. It's everybody. Well, you're selling this for this. You must have a lot of money. No, dude. I worked 35 years. I worked 3 jobs when I was a kid.
Yeah, I believe it. You're a madman. You're nonstop.
Yeah, I said, see what I have? Yeah, I just got rid of my Hummer. I had a 2003 H2. Beautiful truck. $50,000 truck.
Mm-hmm.
In 2003. It's a $50,000 truck. Cash money. $50,000. Right off that wrote a check. But I got rid of it last year because it wasn't practical anymore. I've grown out of it. I'm an older guy, with a Hummer on my driveway, It's a Hummer. I had them all. I had Grand Nationals.
Ooh, Grand Nationals.
Yeah, I had the 85 Buick Grand National. I had the 88 Monte Carlo Super Sport.
Ooh.
I had the LX 85 Mustang LX Fox Body. I had all those cars. They're a dime a dozen. I don't understand it.
Yeah, well, those are some cool cars. Those Grand Nationals definitely aren't a dime a dozen. They only made so many.
Yeah,
those are pretty. Yeah, those are pretty rare.
Yeah, and I sold that for cheap money. I think I sold it for, when was that, at 80, 85, 87, I think it was. I had it for probably 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sold it for $2,800.
You're probably out there street racing.
Oh yeah, no, I kept all my cars mint. I stepped on the pedal a few times, but I didn't beat the shit out of the cars.
Yeah.
I enjoyed what I had. That's I appreciate what I was able to maintain, and have, and seeing some of the kids my age driving around in crap cars, and I always had nice cars because I like I said, I worked in the restaurant at night, I shoe shined on the weekends, I worked construction during the day, I worked 3 jobs, I hustled and bustled just like everybody else to get what I have, Mark,
Yep, no, I believe you.
I didn't depend on my father to, my father, yeah, he threw me a few bucks here and there, but my father had his money and my mother had her money, and they worked all their life to get what they have, and I wasn't grubbing. My father and mother brought up five kids, and I know what they went through, hard times. My father was in the Coast Guard for 25 years, active duty. He went to Normandy, he went to Korea, he went all over the world,
Yeah.
and and he come home and support. He didn't see us for half our lives because he was in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And that was a killer for the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough. But like I've talked about before, respect, everyone who served, this nation and keeps us safe. The Coast Guard, everybody, even National Guard. People. I got my best friends in the National Guard. One of my best friends. And then he's a recruiter now.
He was the first Massachusetts boy to land on Normandy Beach. I got a big paper article and all the stuff, the medals.
Yeah.
I got his books, all the ships he was on, and my daughter made a big frame with all kinds of stuff in it. Yeah, it's a big thing, crazy.
It is a big thing. It means something. It means a lot, to people like myself. And then people that just are so easy to, say that this country is terrible and that, I'm moving out of the country if this president gets elected and all this stuff. But they never do. Not a single one of them. They never do, because you can leave anytime you want in this country. You can go.
It's not like I said before. Talking to many people, it's not the president. I'm Democrat, but Trump. The only thing I didn't like about Trump, he didn't know how to talk to people. He was ignorant, and a lot of rich people. He's a real estate tycoon. All those people, they're vultures, they're killers. But he knew how to fix the country. And he was a Republican. And
it doesn't really matter what side of the fence you're on. I think a lot of nowadays people can't get along. If you're on this side or that side, then you're an idiot, or you're you're against. It doesn't matter. I get along with people that, no matter whether you're what color you are, what race you are, whatever you believe in, the higher power or whatever. It doesn't matter. I treat everybody the same. I think that's how everybody should act, for sure. So it's nice being a part of this diecast community, and everybody kind of gets along. They have the same common interest, diecast cars, and it's a nice thing. So
I respect everybody's, whatever you're thinking or whatever you say. Yeah, you're entitled to freedom of speech. You don't like this, you don't like that thing. Do your thing. I do my thing, you do your thing, and that's it. Everybody's entitled to what they say. It's that's I blame Congress. Congress should have took a hold of a lot of issues 50 years ago, 100 years ago, and they let it go and let it go and let it go. And this is what we have today. We have all this shootings and all this racism, and there's no need for it. It's everybody get along, and that's it. You are your own person. Like they see the bum out in the street. Sometimes, yeah, he ran into hard times, and he's trying to get over the hump, and no one can help him a little bit. But
yeah,
that's where our community's got to step up to the plate and help these people that are on drugs and they're homeless. Instead of building all these $1 trillion industry buildings, build something where these homeless people can work and live in the same place, and make them work for their living conditions to help them out, get them off their street, because that's where we're getting all this COVID stuff from all these, I hate to say it, but all these homeless peoples. they don't wash, they don't clean, they don't take care of themselves, and they're going in Walmart, they're going in Target, they're going to here, and they're touching everything, and that's where we're getting all the bacteria and all the all the stuff. It's all the diseases and germs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate to say it, but that's what this country's going to do. They're going to help out these homeless people and clean themselves up, like Venice Beach over there. And
Venice Beach is rough.
There was a beautiful destination place to go. They ruined it, but now the new mayor over there is cleaning up the place, getting rid of all and helping out.
That's good. That's what you got to do. Is you got to help people out. Sometimes it's tough. Some people don't want help.
It's going to cost money, but that's where you got to put the money. You can't just put it in the politicians' pockets or blow it away on stupid stuff. You got to help these people. And if some of them, I watched some of the YouTube videos. Some of these people don't want the help.
Yeah, some people just don't want help. Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah. But sometimes it got to do with they've been down and out for so long. They don't believe that they can be helped. That's the problem. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in other people. That's how I feel.
Yep. So I got another question for you. Getting back to diecast here. What does your wife think of your hobby, and does she support it, or she just hate it, or what?
That's a good question, Mark. My wife, she thinks, what she calls me?
What?
She calls me the toy maker.
The toy maker.
She goes, go in your room and play with your toys.
Go to your room and play with your toys.
When I'm in the house, she.
The toy maker.
How can I say it? She thinks I'm crazy. She thinks like no one plays with Hot Wheels or no one collects Hot Wheels, and I have to show her stuff. And I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
I said, something? Let me show you one video. There's a multimillionaire. He owns IWC watch company in Switzerland. He's the owner. He makes watches, $30,000 watches for all Tom Brady, all these sports players, right? You should see his collection.
Oh, of Hot Wheels?
His whole office. He's got $1 million worth of Hot Wheels. He plays with Hot. And he flies to John Landley. He'll fly to Utah and meet John Landley and go hunting in Walmart and Target with him. You know that?
That's cool. Yeah, we should get him. I'm gonna get him on my on the next podcast thing here, like our segment that we're gonna get a hold. We're gonna try to get a hold of some designers, some influential people, and maybe we'll get a hold of that guy. I don't know if he's.
Matter of fact, I have a gentleman in Greenville. We have a thing down here, and it's called the Southeast Gases, and he's the marketing manager and designer of Southeast Gases, and the owner, Dan Quinn, he lives in North Carolina, and he comes by the shop, and I want to get him down here and do a video with him, talk Hot Wheels or whatever, talk about the Southeast Gases, and I'm building a tribute car. Well, I already built it. I want to give it to him, and it's the Flower Power Gasser 55 Chevy.
Oh, nice.
Leia Gasser.
Nice.
And the lady who drove it was Cynthia Phillips, and she passed away of cancer probably 6 months ago, I believe.
Oh man, that sucks.
I want to give him the car to put in his office, and I had another lady. Excuse me. She lives in Tennessee. Her name's Deanna, and her husband's name's Dana, and they own the Quick Draw 64 Ford Falcon Gasser, and they raced with Cynthia Phillips in the Southeast Gases, and she contacted me, and she wants me to make a car, her car, and Cynthia Phillips's car. She wants me to send two of them off to her in Tennessee.
That's cool.
But I'm having trouble finding the casting. I can't find the 1964 Ford Falcon.
Okay, let me write that down, because I think I heard you say that in your one of your last videos. 64 Falcon. I'll see.
Ford Falcon. There's the Thunderbolt. I got many Thunderbolts, but they don't have the front end like the Ford Falcon.
Okay. Did you look it up on like eBay or anything, or online to see what you could find, or no?
Yeah, I looked up a few. I found one, and then I went to get it, and the guy sold it. So
okay. Well,
I haven't been on since.
Okay. Well, we'll look for you. I know there's a lot of people listening right now, so Eddie needs a 64 Falcon, and get this man a '64 Falcon because he's got to make somebody happy by making a custom for him that's been racing those cars for real.
It's going to a good cause, and
so
lady will highly appreciate it.
Yeah, so everybody, I'll check with Danny Taylor, aka David, aka Danny Taylor. Which he's not Danny Taylor. He was like you when you were using your daughter's account. I was like, who is this? Who is this? And you were always like, hey, Mac, it's me, Eddie from Simple Customs. And I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, what? Who? Who are you?
Everything was like under my wife's name.
Yeah.
My daughter.
Yeah, daughter or wife's name or whatever. I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this secretive man? What's his deal?
At the time I was 57 years old. I'm 57 years old. Can I put stuff under my name?
Can I? The women run the house anyways. They're going to just keep it in their name.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So, do you have any advice for new or seasoned collectors? And when I say collectors, I mean people that want to collect cars, not scalp cars. What's your advice for them?
My advice is, like everybody else says, collect what you like. Don't get caught up in the hype.
Yep.
Pick a few out that you like. What kind of cars you like, what type of vehicles you like, what specific toolings, and just go from there. Don't get caught up in all these super treasure hunts and some people, that's their thing. Mm-hmm. They like to collect super treasure hunts. They like to collect treasure hunts. I don't have a problem with that. But you're young, you're starting off. It's going to run into money. Mm-hmm. And like I said, everybody's got different, like a lot of hobbies. Like you like to fish, collect Hot Wheels, you like to do this, you like to do that. Like
it all costs money. Most of all of it costs money, right?
Yeah, you got like Nas, he collects those figures and
Back to the Future figures, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you collect all crazy stuff, but eventually it's going to catch up to it. And then you're going to start using, do you want to use your house money, your income to support your hobby, or you want to buy a few and sell a few or trade off. But that's why you join a community like we have, that you can be able to get stuff that you can't find, and you don't have to buy 20 of the same cars and scalp them. You can go to our community and trade with people what they're looking for. That's what it's all about. It's looking to enjoy your hobby.
Yeah, it's so I got to touch on this real quick since you said that, because it's something that I really there's some really cool people out there, especially recently, that enjoy watching me and what I do or whatever. I never think of myself as doing anything great. I'm just trying to be encouraging for other people to do what they love too, and support people where I can, because that's what I've gotten from people. And it's really helped, any kind of comment or positive feedback that you guys give me keeps me going. I'm not here for any kind of drama. So, but when I have people reach out to me, if I ask for something, or if I say, hey, I'm not asking for it, but I'm saying, hey, if you guys know where I can find this, because I'm looking for all those weird Datsuns, right, the obscure ones. Yeah. And I put out a post because I missed out on the special 2-pack that was a Target exclusive back in I want to say like 2014, maybe somewhere around there. So it was a Datsun. It was a 2-pack. It was a Datsun 510 and something else. I think it was a Charger Challenge. I can't remember. I don't care about the other car, but it's I put out there because I missed it. It was on Mercari for like $40, and to me that's not much because that's such a rare pack. I'm like, I'll pay. I was like, it sold instantly, so I was like, dang it, I was so mad. I was like, I was so upset because I was like, I have on Mercari and stuff, I have Datsun 510s flagged. It shows me when there's something new. I'm always like, I got to get that. I've never seen that before. But I missed out on this one, so I put a post out. And Lee Child, I don't know if you've seen him around, but his name's John. He sent me an email. He said, I've got that 2-pack and I have a 5-pack too. But I didn't have any. He's like, I'm sending them to you. And I don't want any money, and I don't want any trade. And I'm like, well, I got to give you something. So I'm going to send him some merch, like sweatshirt, whatever. And he said, that's fine. But yeah, he didn't hesitate to. He knows that I would appreciate that car tenfold more than he would. And I do try to do the same thing for other people. When I have something that even if I found or paid decent money for at a garage sale, and I just, sometimes you have that inkling like, oh, man, I know that somebody on my channel is going to really love this because it's so obscure, you know? So you pick it up, and then somebody's like, oh, I've been looking for that for 10 years, you know? And you're like, it's yours. It is yours because... You know, I'm not going to, you could probably, in theory, charge them whatever you wanted to, right? You know, you could be like $200 and they would pay it. But, you know, but that's not what it's about at all. So how's that going to make you feel when you lay your head down at night? You know, you charge somebody $200 for something you paid $10 for or whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I just wanted to thank Lee Child or John, for he's going to send that out probably after the holidays since it's you know, shipping's all crazy right now. I don't want it to get lost, but yeah, he just like, hey, you know, these are for you. I enjoy what you do, the content, everything. I don't want to trade. I don't want money. I said I got to do something I got to send you something. And so he agreed to maybe some, you know, Dotson Man sweatshirt and hat or whatever I send him. But yeah, that's just a constant reminder. You need to get people. You put something out there. Don't be afraid to. If you're part of the community, you're a valuable part of the community, and you've been around. I recognize you. I've seen you around. I've seen you come to my videos. You know, like I said, I just sent Dane Self some cars. He didn't even. There was no giveaway or anything. There was a giveaway. He didn't win it, but I sent him stuff anyways. So, you know, and he appreciates it more than ever. And I'm not going to send cars to everybody. I don't want to give cars to greedy people either, people that are just asking for things. I'd rather give it to people who aren't.
I'm sitting here, I'm looking at, I think, 4 or 5 boxes that I got to ship out. Rapid Nismo is one of them.
Oh, yeah, Rapid.
I did them a couple of customs, and I got some stuff in a box for him. And Little Tyler Diecast, have you ever seen his channel?
I don't think so. I've been meaning to look him up. You'll have to shoot me a link to his channel when we get off of here, and you send it to me, and I'll subscribe for sure.
Tyler Diecast, he's a young kid. He's a new YouTuber. He's funny.
You know what? I might have subscribed to him, honestly. I remember you talking about him, so I think I did already, but I'll make sure that I'm subscribed to him.
I sent him a few boxes, and I got another one here. David Gibson, another great subscriber.
Yep, David. I've seen David kicking around. He's on my channel. Yeah,
I did a trade with David. That was my first video that my daughter's going to upload. I sent David Gibson the final run funny car with real riders on it, and he sent me the Porsche ID car and a couple other things in the box. It was a great box he sent me. Great guy, David Gibson.
Mm-hmm. He's a great guy. I agree. Yeah. I concur.
Tyler Diecast. I got David Gibson. What else I guess? I got to send a bunch of other stuff out too. I got to make a few guys. Andre Cruz. I got to make him something. Nas. I got the Mustang Hunters trophy.
Oh, I saw that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you got a couple of trophies, huh?
Yeah, I'm making JDC one.
Yeah.
Making J one for his track. And I made a couple more customs for Brandon at Liver Diecast. I got 74 emergency vehicle for him, and then I made him a Honda Civic. I did a Honda Civic for him.
Just don't kill yourself making all these customs and doing all this stuff, Eddie. You don't stretch yourself too much, man. You sound like you got 300 projects going on right now. You madman.
Oh, I do. I got a million of things going on right now.
I can tell.
I'm trying to clear the bench now and get some stuff out of here, but shipping is crazy.
Yeah.
I spent probably over $400 shipping stuff out a couple of weeks ago. It gets a little hard on the pocketbook,
Yeah. It does, but if you have PayPal or anything like that and you wanted people to send you a couple bucks here and there or just open that account just for people to contribute to, there's no problem in doing something like that because I'll throw you $20 or whatever just for people's shipping to help you out because you're helping other people so keep that in mind.
I'd rather have you give it to the kids for the children's hospital.
I'll do that too. It's it's good to share with people that you love and people in the community. And, you can change people's lives through giving and help them to become a more giving person, and they can give to another organization, So I really appreciate when people share anything that I'm doing for charity stuff, because that has a positive impact too. If you can't afford to give, it's as easy as hitting the share button or making another post or whatever, because if you're not saying anything or doing anything, then you're not contributing, at least your time or, efforts. So, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate people like Rapid Nismo that we were just talking about him. He's always sharing whatever I have and always supporting. I mean, the kid's stoked on cars. He's the most enthusiastic, kid when it comes to diecast, and he's got a good heart, And I'll get him on here one of these days when he can behave himself and not talk over me.
Did I tell you he called me one day?
Yeah, no, I believe it.
I couldn't understand the word he said.
Yeah, he's moving a mile a minute, and I hope he's listening right now. But yeah, he wants to get on the podcast, and I have no problem getting him on here. But he needs to behave himself for sure, and just have a back and forth conversation, not one sided conversation. I get it. He's a young kid. He's excited. He's excited about diecast. He loves diecast, and he's just a lively kid. But yeah, it's a process talking to him when you get him on got him on my live stream.
I couldn't understand a word he said. I'm like, slow down a little bit. I said, you're moving a million miles an hour.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think he's capable right now, but he'll learn. He's got to learn. He's got to slow down a little bit. The kid's gonna. It's just like whoa.
Then he said to me, he wanted to look at one of my boxes. I had the video cam, and I had the phone down, so he saw one of my totes. And he goes, open the tote. I want to see what's in there. So I open the tote, and he's like, oh that's cool. I need.
I gotta have that. Oh my gosh, I gotta have it. You're like, no, you don't.
I said, where do you live? I said, you guys got nothing over there. They
don't have much over there.
You know that what do you call that? The stuff I use for the road. It's like a corkboard, but it's It's a craft corkboard. Like it comes in sheets at Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. They're like $1 a sheet.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So he was looking for some of that. So I go, if I get a chance, I'll pick some up for you and I'll throw it in your box. He was trying to look on Amazon and everything else. I don't know. I never asked him if he ever got it, but I'm going to send him some.
I'm going to send him some anyways. I sent him some cars without wheels on them, so he had to customize them. He's like, oh man, Mark. But yeah, I'm like, you got to get into this, man. I mean, he's at home a lot and everything too, so why not? He needs to start customizing some cars. I think he'd be good at it.
But how's that work? How's that work if I got to send something over to him? Do I get to fill out a paper or something, or a form or something?
Yeah, you got to do a custom forms, but you can do it either online. I use stamps.com for most of my shipping, or you can go in and fill out a form. It's not a big deal. Just want to make sure there's nothing hazardous and everything. But if you go to the post office, just fill a form out for customs. So, yeah, it's expensive to. I don't know if he realizes how expensive it is to ship stuff, because he doesn't ship stuff. But
$45, $50 to ship a box or what?
No, probably depending on how big the box is. I mean, David and I just sent him some stuff. He just got stuff from Frank Camacho. I've met Frank in real life. Good guy, awesome guy. I'm glad he did that for Rapid. We all love Rapid. And but yeah, probably a bigger box, probably $40-$50 or something. So, and it's gonna take probably a couple weeks to get there or something. So. Yeah, I would wait till after the holidays, probably, but...
Yeah, I wanted to get it off to him for the Volvo build-off. I did a Volvo for him.
Oh, okay.
An older casting. But
yeah, you can send it whenever.
We'll get it out.
Yeah, we like to send him stuff because he has a hard time finding anything over there. They don't have much, so it's good to get him stuff because he's grateful for it, so...
Yeah, I put a couple Ferraris in the box for him. He was... I love Ferraris.
Alfa
Romeos.
Some Jukes and Volvos. He goes crazy over Volvos, especially Volvos and Jukes. Nissan Jukes. Keep on juking. No.
All right, Mark, I'll let you go.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you coming on. It's been a pleasure. I'm sure people are really excited to hear your story, on the podcast. It's no distractions with video and stuff like that, too. So, yeah, we love you, buddy, and I hope you have a phenomenal weekend, and don't work yourself to death with all the projects you got going on, 3,000 projects.
I'll try not to. I appreciate you guys, and say hi to Kimber for me.
I will. I'll say hi to her when she gets home.
You got a good woman there. And,
I do.
She's got a good man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, everything you guys do, and I hope you find a good place to settle down in. And
we will. Yeah, have some little Max. Little Max running around. Hey, Mark, get out of there, you little jerk.
You can introduce him to the Godfather.
Yeah, you'll be the Godfather. Spoil him, probably.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you. God bless you, and I love what you're doing.
All right, thanks, buddy. Love you, too. I'll talk to you later, man.
Okay.
Catch
you later.
Catch you later.
Bye.
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 Thanks for tuning in, guys. Mark here. We just had Eddie at Simple Customs. Check out his YouTube channel. Eddie's a awesome guy, and I'm really, truly blessed to have him on the podcast, and hope to get him on video podcast one of these days, too, once we start that up. And I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next podcast. I'm in your face. Out.